I think the receivers are doing a good job. We got some guys like, Fred Perry and Jamori Macklin. We got a guy like Troy Salado who's played a lot of ball, who's a veteran in a sense. Kendrick Law, who played a lot of ball. But now I think the spring was one thing. Now I think these guys are starting to realize, it's one thing to learn concept, then understand the progression of the QB and where do I fit in the scheme. And I think those guys are learning that. They're playing really good ball. I'm actually pretty proud of them right now.
We saw Hardley make some plays up there on Saturday. What's the key for him to put it all together?
Consistency. I think that's his deal in general. On, off the field consistency. And he's doing a really good job. I'm super proud of him. He's 18 years old, which is crazy. He's 18 years old. So, he's still got the growing pains and, details and consistency. But super proud of him. He's a playmaker. One of our most skilled receivers we have, honestly.
Quisenberry, he's just a freshman, but when he's running with the twos, it looks very natural for him. What about him makes him able to make plays?
Exactly what you said. Everything comes natural for him. He's a football player. Obviously, you see the size piece, but he don't care. He got the heart of a lion, and it's called football. He makes plays. The name of the game is making plays. The kid doesn't say anything. He goes out there. He just does his job. I'm truly happy that he's here.
Do you feel like the depth's there this season? To run a lot of guys in and out of there?
I truly feel like we got about 8 guys that we can count on. And I think, I've been a lot of places in my short career. I've never had 8 guys that I truly feel like can go out there and play and execute. And those guys are unselfish. They're willing. They all have a unique quality that they add to the offense. And it's my job to put them in position so they can succeed.
One guy we didn't see out there was Kendrick Law. We didn't really see him much this spring. So what have you seen from Kendrick Law?
Kendrick Law is super strong. Ball in hand guy. He's becoming a pure route runner. Leaning because he's a big, stout, physical guy. Leaning. Got great hands. He's a guy that has tremendous speed. Love K-Law. He's a pro. He's a guy that does everything right now. He's just continuing to help the young guys as he gets better himself. And honestly, I can't wait to be back.
How is Hester?
Hester's great. Hester's having a really good camp. I've been with him now. This will be my 3rd camp with him. Right now, I think this is the best he's ever looked, honestly.
What's the big key for him to take advantage
of? Consistency with everything. And he's a big, strong guy and play big and strong and be consistent at catching the ball.
What do you learn about your guys when the full pass come in?
To me, the biggest thing the full pass is no different for us and kind of what we do. Just got lowers on that protect you, but I think these guys have done a really good job. Honestly, squeezing the towel and getting the most out of every opportunity that they're getting. I'm super proud of my group from the freshmen to the older guys. I think these guys have done a really, really good job. Honestly.
Those freshmen, we've been out 4 or 5 times in the spring, and Montana doesn't look like a big enough guy to play with. Just make plays. What is he about?
Heart of a lion. He's a football player. Point blank period. You go out and you can recruit, and you can go measurables, and you can go run this 40 and that 40. The name of the game is football. Is he a football player? He is. He checks that box. He's a football player.
What kind of bond have you made with Harvey? I know you all have similar backstories and things like that. That really helps you.
No, we're getting there. Like I say, we have a really good relationship, but it is a tough relationship. I'm tough, no different. I will be on my brothers or selling my son. It is tough love, and just understand that it is love. And so Harley's a young kid that's figuring it out. A young adult. And he got tremendous talent. Our most talented receiver. But consistency, and that's the same thing. You ask me about JJ, consistency. You ask me about anybody in life, consistency is the key to it all.
Coach Taylor just talking about depth as a strength at that position, but y'all are still trying to find the number 1 guy. How important is it to have a go-to guy? Or is it?
I think it's always important if you can have a number 1 guy, but if you got guys that are good at what they're good at, you put them in good positions so they can succeed. And we have a really good group. Depth is a key for us at that position right now. Competition always brings out the best in everybody. Those guys are unselfish as well. I love the group, honestly.
You were a guy, it seemed like, was making the pay on the recruiting trail this summer. What was working so well on that part as well as building?
No different than coaching your players. It's relationships. I think relationships it matters, and I think that's the key to it all. No matter what changes, relationships that matter.